Good evening, everyone. Hello. It's so nice to see a lot of you back again. So we didn't suck that badly last time then. So tonight we're going to do the roots of folk music. So we've been learning lots of new and old folk songs. So we're going to start at the very beginning, right back to where it all began, we think, from a man called Woody Guthrie. In 1940, he recorded this song in 1944. He wrote it in 1940. And it was actually based on an existing melody from a Carter family song called When the World's on Fire. And it was also written as a critical response to a guy called Irving Berlin's. He had a song that was always in the news and always on the radio called God Bless America. And it was sung by Kate Smith, and it drove Woody Guthrie mental. So he wrote this as a parody, and it was like, instead of like, this land is made for you and me, it was like, God bless America today. So he changed it, and this is what he came up with. Right. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me an endless skyway. I saw below me the Golden Valley. This land was made for you and me. I've roamed and rambled, I've followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts, and all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. When the sun came shining and I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving and the dust clouds rolling, and the fog was lifting, my voice was chanting. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking, I saw a sign there, and on the sign said, no trespassing. But on the other side, it didn't say nothing. This sign was made for you and me. In the shadow of the steeple, I saw my people. By the relief office, I saw my people. As they stood there hungry, I stood there asking, is this land made for you and me? Nobody living can ever stop me as I go walking that freedom highway. Nobody living can ever make me turn back. This land was made for you and me. Thank you. Cool. Thank you. So the second song we're going to do tonight was by a traditional folk artist, American folk artist. And this song dates back to the 1870s. It's called so many things, isn't it? Where Did You Sleep Last Night? In the Pines, Black Girl. It's been called so many things. And it's believed to be Southern Appalachian in its origin. But the person who made it famous was an artist called Leadbelly, who's inspired so many different artists. So he's associated with being an American bluegrass musician, and it was also covered by rock band Nirvana. They did an amazing version of it. It was in 1994. Let's see, 1993, sorry, for MTV Unplugged. And this is when the song came back into sort of popular focus again, because up until then it had kind of disappeared. So Leadbelly, Huddy William Ledbetter. He died in 1949. He was only aged 60. He played a 12-string guitar, piano, mandolin, violin, everything. So this song is called Where Did You Sleep Last Night? Thank you very much. So this next song, we're going to move on to another American folk musician called Jackson C. Frank. So John's going to sing this song. Sorry, this is John, by the way.
Hi there.
And behind me is Andy. And I'm Angie. Hi. Should probably have done that at the beginning, eh? So yes, this song's called Blues Run the Game. And it's been covered by loads of people like Simon and Garfunkel, Sandy Denny, Nick Drake, Eddie Reader, Counting Crows, John Mayer, Burt Jans. Jackson C. Frank, he died in 1999, aged 56, and he only had one studio album, which was actually produced by Paul Simon. But after its release, he was plagued by so many personal problems, and he was diagnosed with schizophrenia, protracted depression, and it just prevented him having a career. But he was an amazing songwriter, so it's such a tragedy that he only managed to do one full studio album. So this song is called Blues Run the Game.
Catch a boat to England, baby, maybe to Spain. Wherever I have gone, wherever I've been and gone, wherever I have gone, the blues are all the same. Send out for whiskey, send out for gin. Me and room service, honey. Me and room service, baby. Me and room service, honey. We're living a life of sin. When I'm not drinking, you're on my mind. When I'm not sleeping, mama. When I'm not sleeping, baby. When I ain't sleeping, mama, you know you're gonna find me crying. Living is a gamble, loving's much the same. Wherever I have played, wherever I rolled them dice, wherever I have played the blues, run the game. Maybe tomorrow, somewhere down the line, when I'm much older, honey, when I'm much older, babe, when I'm much older, honey, I might stop my trying. Catch a boat to England, maybe to Spain. Wherever I have gone, wherever I've been and gone, wherever I have gone, the blues are all the same. Thank you.
Not too shabby, John.
Cheers.
That's pretty good. Oh, he's awfully good. So we're going to go a wee bit gospel with the next song, even spiritual, if you like. This song's an African-American spiritual song, and it was compiled by John Wesley Work Jr. That's a bit of a mouthful, that, eh? And it's dating right back to 1865. So it's sung and recorded at by loads of gospel and kind of secular performers. But in 1963, there was a folk trio called Peter, Paul and Mary, if anybody remembers them. And so they adapted it and they rewrote it as Tell It to the Mountain. with the lyrics referring specifically to Exodus, using the phrase, "let my people go," referring to the civil rights struggle in the 1960s. So the version that we are going to do tonight was recorded by an artist called Odetta Holmes, or just Odetta, because she was cool enough just to have her own name, a bit like Prince, you know. And so she was an amazing American singer, actress, guitarist, songwriter, but she was also a huge figure in the civil and human rights movement as well. So she died in 2008. She was aged 77. She's influenced the likes of Bob Dylan, Joan Baez, Janis Joplin. Martin Luther King called her the Queen of American folk music. And apparently she was hoping to hang on to die, to sing before she died at Obama's second inauguration, but she never made it, sadly. So we're gonna honour her tonight with a very... We've not found God or anything since we last saw you, really, but just so that you know, we're doing a lot of gospel tonight. Okay.
Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. While shepherds kept their watching over silent flocks by night, behold, throughout the heavens there shone a holy light. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Now when I am a seeker, I seek both night and day. I seek the Lord to help me, and He shows me the way. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. He made me a watchman upon the city walls. And if I am a Christian, I am the least of all. Oh, go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born.
Summon in the Holy Spirit. Thank you very much. Cool. So that was actually a bit of a Christmas song as well. A bit out of season, but you know, it kind of works. So this next song, well, the next two songs is going to be by the same artist, a wonderful man called Townes Van Sant. So the first of his songs that we're going to sing tonight was recorded by lots of people, including Townes Van Sant himself, and this was recorded for his 1972 album called The Great Townes Van Sant. I love that. It's totally brilliant. He's like so sure of himself. So it's been recorded by Emmylou Harris, and it was on her album Luxury Liner, which was 1977. Merrill Haggard and Willie Nelson duetted it, and it was on their duet album, which was also called
Pancho and Lefty in 1983. And Willie Nelson and Bob Dylan actually duetted it in 1983 as well. So it's been around. Steve Earle in 2009, and he had it on an album called Townes, which was all Townes Van Sant songs. And apparently Townes Van Sant was actually his mentor as well. So this song's all about a Mexican bandit called Pancho. And it tells of bad accent. And it tells of his death after being betrayed by his associate Lefty, who was paid off by the Mexican federales. So that's what the song is basically about.
Living on the road, my friend, is gonna keep you free and clean. Now you wear your skin like iron, your breath's as hot as kerosene. You watch your mama's only boy, but a favorite one it seems. She began to cry when he said goodbye. Sank into his dreams. Pancho was a bandit buzz. His horse was fast as polished steel. He wore his gun outside his pants for all the youngest world to feel. Pancho met his match, you know, in the deserts down in Mexico, and nobody heard his dying words. Ah, but that's the way it goes. And all the federales say they could have had him any day. They only let him slip away. Out of kindness, I suppose. Lefty, he can sing the blues all night long like he used to. The dust of Pancho bit down south ended up in Lefty's mouth. The day they laid poor Pancho low, Lefty split for Ohio, where he got the bread to go. There ain't nobody knows. And all the federales say they could have had him any day. They only let him slip away. Out of kindness, I suppose. The poets tell how Pancho fell, left his living in a cheap motel. The desert's quiet and Cleveland's cold, and still the story ends untold. Pancho needs your prayers, that's true, but save a few for Lefty too. He only did what he had to do. And now he's growing old. And all the federales say they could have had him any day. They only let him slip
So this next Townes Van Sant song is basically his famous song, his most famous song, we would say, and it chronicles the life of a fictional drifter as he passes through his experiences. It's a cheery one, this, of the abuse of the father, the abandonment of his mother, drug and alcohol abuse, fast women, and prison. So this appeared on his debut album, which was called For the Sake of the Song in 1967. And it's been covered by the Lemonheads, the Be Good Tanyas, and it's even been featured on an episode of Breaking Bad, believe it or not. So Townes died in 1997, aged 52. He was an American singer-songwriter, regarded for his poetic, often heroically sad songs. But he was plagued with drug addiction and alcohol abuse. He was bipolar. This is a horrible thing. When he was younger, he was given insulin shock therapy. It's just something that they don't do anymore. But it actually erased his long-term memory. So he was very much in the moment, in the now. So this song, which John and Andy are going to do, is called Waiting Around to Die.
Sometimes I don't know where this dirty road is taking me. Sometimes I can't see the reason why. Well, I guess I'll keep a gambling, lots of booze and lots of rambling. It's easier than just waiting around to die. One time, friends, I had a ma, I even had a pa. He beat her with a belt once 'cause she cried. She told him to take care of me, headed down to Tennessee. It's easier than just waiting around to die. I came of age and I found a girl in a Tuscaloosa bar. She cleaned me out and hid it on the slide. I tried to kill the pain, bought some wine and hopped a train. Seemed easier than just waiting around to die. A friend said he knew where some easy money was. We robbed a man and brother we did fly. The posse caught up with me and drug me back to Muscle Key. It's 2 long years waiting around to die. Now I'm out of prison, I got me a friend at last. He don't drink or steal or cheat or lie. His name is Codeine, he is the nicest thing I've seen. Together we're gonna wait around and die. Together we're gonna wait around and die. Thank you.
Hello. Another belter, John, well done.
Thanks.
So this next song we're going to move on to is a well-known American folk and gospel song, most likely originating in the 19th century. It's a song about a plaintive soul on the journey through life. So there's loads of variations of the lyrics exist to this, but it was the one in 1969 that was recorded by an artist called Joan Baez, from an album that she had called David's Album. So it was recorded by Glenn Campbell in 1972, Eva Cassidy, Emmylou Harris, Johnny Cash, Neil Young. So the lovely Joan Baez was born in 1941. So she's aged 76 now. She's an American folk singer, songwriter, musician, and an activist. So most of her songs are about protest and, social injustice. But she's an artist who's largely associated with covering other artists, really. So she's covered everybody from the Allman Brothers to the Beatles, Jackson Browne, Leonard Cohen, Woody Guthrie, Rolling Stones, Pete Seeger, Paul Simon, the band, Bob Dylan, who she had a bit of a ding-dong with. Bob Dylan, we could say that. Apparently he was after her sister first, but that's old Bob for you. So she wrote 3 songs that are known about Bob Dylan, To Bobby, Diamonds and Rust, and Winds of the Old Days. So this song is one of the ones that she made quite famous. It's called Wayfaring Stranger.
I am a poor wayfaring stranger while journeying through this world of woe. Yet there's no sickness, toil, or danger in that bright land to which I go. I'm going there to see my father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I know dark clouds will gather over me. I know my way is rough and steep, yet beautiful fields lie just before me, and God's redeemed their vigils keep. I'm going there to see my mother. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I want to wear that crown of glory when I get home to that good land. Well, I want to shout salvation's glory in concert with the blood-washed land. I'm going there to see my Savior. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home.
Thank you. So another song by the lovely Joan Baez or made famous by her, but also made famous by another crew of people. Written by a young man called Robbie Robertson in 1969 from the band called The Band. So this song's like it's a first-person narrative relating about the economic and social distress experienced by the South during the last year of the American Civil War. So another cheery one. So the band were kind of known more as sort of roots rock, but Joan Baez had a top 5 hit with this in 1971. So this song is called The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down. So if you know this one, let's sing along to the chorus. Let's have a wee sing-song tonight. It is folk music after all. Okay.
Virgil Kane is my name, and I served on the Danube train. So Stoneman's cavalry came and tore up the tracks again. In the winter of '65, we were hungry, but just barely alive. By May 10th, Richmond had failed. It's a time I remembered oh so well. The night they drove old Dixie down, and all the bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, and all the people were singing. They said, na 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 na. Back with my wife in Tennessee, when one day she called to me, Virgil, quick, come see, there goes Robert E. Lee. Now I don't mind chopping wood, and I don't care if the money's no good. You take what you get and you leave the rest, but they should never have taken the very best. You ready? The night they drove old Dixie down, and all the bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, and all the people were singing. They said, na 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 na. Like my father before me, I will work the land. Like my brother above me, who took a rebel stand. He was just 18, proud and brave, but a Yankee laid him in his grave. I swear by the mud below my feet, you can't raise a cane up when he is in defeat. Last time. The night they drove old Dixie down, and all the bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, and all the people were singing. They said, na 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 na, la 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 la. Woo! Give yourself a round of applause. That was awesome. Right, cool. Got your shaker ready, John?
Yeah.
So this next song's a wee departure to a slightly more modern artist. Not quite too much modern, but he was very young when he passed away. He left us in 1974, aged 26, and his name was Nick Drake. He was a wonderful artist, really, really beautiful music. It's kind of heartbreaking, so if you don't know him, he's a recent discovery for me as well, and I've just been kind of sitting listening to him like, oh, I'm blue. But in the best way. This song is from his album called 5 Leaves Left, and that came from when you get the Rizla packet, you know, and when you've only got 5 leaves left. That's where the song from the album came, no joke.
I never knew that.
Aye, there you go. It's actually about that's a Rizla packet. There you go.
I thought it was like nature.
It's when we had 5 cigarettes left, or funky cigarettes even. Oh. So this song, when he recorded it, actually featured members from a band called Fairport Convention and another band called Pentacle. So Nick Drake, he died 5 years after recording this album. And he's listed in Rolling Stone and NME. This album is one of their greatest albums of all time. So it's a beautiful song. It's called Saturday Sun. Saturday sun came early one morning in a sky so clear and blue. Saturday sun came without warning, so no one knew what to do. Saturday sun brought people and faces that didn't see much in their day, in their way, in their way. Saturday sun won't come and see me today. Think about stories with reason and rhyme, circling through your brain, and think about people in their season and time, returning again and again and again and again. Saturday sun has turned to Sunday's rain. Thank you. Bet you're glad you found that in the back of the cupboard today, Tron.
Yeah.
He totally did as well. Okay, so I'll just do a wee time check. Cool. We're going to move on to a song by a band, and this came from their debut album. It's known for the alliteration in the lyrics, this song. You'll hear what we mean. Written by a man called Stephen Stills, as he broke up with Judy Collins, who's like all over this music as well. The links that I found in this was absolutely crazy. Who was in therapy at the time, so it's a band called Crosby, Stills and Nash. So David Crosby was formerly of the Byrds, Stephen Stills from Buffalo Springfield with Neil Young, and Graham Nash was from the Hollies. So they were a four-piece at one point with Neil Young, but Neil was a bit flaky, Jeez, oh. So he was allowed to do his own thing far too much. So, but they actually became a band after a party at Joni Mitchell's house. They were just jamming and like they just sounded great together, and everybody was like, oh, "You guys should be a band," and they did. So this is a song called "Helplessly Hoping."
Helplessly hoping her harlequin hovers nearby, waiting their words, gasping at glimpses of gentle true spirit. He runs, wishing he could fly, only to trip at the sound of goodbye. Wordlessly watching, he waits by the window and wonders at the empty place inside. Heartlessly helping himself to bad dreams, he worries, did he hear a goodbye? Or even hello. They are one person, they are two alone, they are three together, they are four each other. Stand by the stairway, you see something certain to tell you. Confusion has its cost. Love isn't lying, is loose. Dear lady who lingers, saying she is lost and choking on her love. They are one person, they are two alone, they are three together, they are for each other.
What's your favourite?
Eh?
What's your favourite?
Aye.
So, this next song was actually written from an album that was really connected to the last artist, because it was from an album called Blue, who's written basically about her breakup with Graham Nash from Crosby, Stills and Nash. So it's by one of my favourite artists of all time. Andy's no so keen. I love her. John loves her. So that's why we're singing her tonight. And probably one of my top 3 albums of all time as well. So it's usually played on the Appalachian dulcimer, but John's going to play it on guitar. And actually on the album it was accompanied by James Taylor on the recording of Blue. So the song, there's a lyric in the song called "I am as constant as a northern star," and it's actually an allusion to a Shakespeare play, Julius Caesar, which was from a line, "I am as constant as the northern star." Bit of trivia for you, if that comes up my pub quiz, thank me. So it's been covered by everyone: Prince, Tori Amos, K.D. Lang, Kate Errol, Nancy Wilson, James Blake. But tonight we're going to do the beautiful Joni Mitchell, who describes herself as a painter derailed by circumstance. Which I love, I think it's a bit awesome. So this is a song called A Case of You. Just before our love got lost, you said, I am as constant as the northern star. And I said, constantly in the darkness, where's that at? If you want me, I'll be in the bar, on the back of a cartoon coaster, in the blue TV screen light. I drew a map of Canada, oh Canada, with your face sketched on it twice. Oh, you're in my blood like holy wine. You taste so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you, darling, and I would still be on my feet. I would still be on my feet. Oh, I'm a lonely painter. I live in a box of pains. I'm frightened by the devil, and I'm drawn to those ones that ain't afraid. I remember that time you told me, you said, love is touching souls. Surely you touched mine, 'cause part of you pours out of me in these lights from time to time. Oh, you're in my blood, you're my holy wine. You're so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you, darling, and I would still be on my feet. I would still be on my feet. I met a woman, she had a mouth like yours. She knew your life, she knew your devils and your demons, and she said, go to him, stay with him you can, but be prepared to bleed. Oh, when you're in my blood, you're my holy wine. You're so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you, darling, and I would still be on my feet. I would still be on my feet. Thank you. So this last one of this little half, if you like, is, so we kind of mentioned her name before, a lovely English folk singer called Sandy Denny. So her band, well, she originally recorded this as a demo in 1967 because she joined a band briefly the following year called the Straubs. And then she recorded it again for their album All Her Own Work. and it wasn't released until 1973, but American folk singer Judy Collins, there she is again, covered it in 1968, and she named her album after that track, Who Knows Where the Time Goes. So in 1968, Sandy Denny joined Fairport Convention, and she recorded a slightly rockier version of this song, and it was on their second album called Unhalf Bricking. Such a random name, I love it. But it's also been covered by people like Eva Cassidy and Nana Muscuri, Nancy Griffith, Eddie Reader, Nina Simone, and Susanna Hoff's Cat Power, the most recent ones. But this is a song called Who Knows Where the Time Goes? Because who knows the time? You know what I mean? That flew in. I'm here all week. Across the evening sky, all the birds are leaving, but how can they know it's time for them to go before sad, deserted shore, your fickle friends are leaving. But then you know it's time for them to go. But still be here. I have no thought of leaving. I do not count the time, for who knows where the time goes. Who knows where the time goes? And I'm not alone. While my love is near me, I know it will be time to go. So come the storms of winter, Thanks very much. So we're going to have a wee 10-15 minute break just now. Let you go for a pee, then get some more booze because we're expecting some more singing in the second half. But also there's wee pencils and some sheets of strips of paper on the tables. So what we thought for the next one, because we're doing a next Roots night on June. So we're going to do a wee bit of the roots of rock and roll and R&B, but we thought we would do roots requests as well. So if any of you are coming back to the June one or want to put in a wee request, then write them down and we'll get them off the tables afterwards. So if there's any songs that you'd like to hear us sing, then absolutely everything, all the cards are on the table, right? Because I know we'll definitely sing a Prince song for you, Alex. We'll definitely do that. But but anything you can think of, or if you want to have a wee, maybe you've met somebody tonight that's caught your eye, write them a wee cheeky request. But that's what that's for anyway. So thank you so much for listening in the first half. We'll see you very soon. Thanks very much. Good night. Sorry, John. Just getting everything away. Hello. We'll just sing this as people are coming back from the bar and all that, so it's all cool.
One, two, three, four.
Some bright morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to that
Thank you. So that was a wee bit of gospel from you, from a song written by Albert E. Brumley in 1929. So it's kind of one of the songs that's a gospel song and was played at funerals quite a lot. But it's a happy song. I quite like it. It's a happy funeral song. It's the most recorded gospel song ever, apparently. It's a standard song at bluegrass jazz sessions. And this version of it that we chose to cover was by Alison Krauss and Julian Welch, and they recorded it for the soundtrack of a film called Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, if you know it. So it's a brilliant film. And that soundtrack actually sold over 8 million copies. Not bad for a soundtrack, eh? Mm-hmm. Cool. Did you have a nice break? Cool. So we're going to kick off after that by another artist who I kind of love a bit, and I saw him live when I was at drama school, so many moons ago, and he was playing at the Royal Concert Hall, and his son joined him on stage as well. It was a pretty amazing gig. It's one of those ones that you'll always remember, you know. So this song was written in 3 parts about 3 different things. The first part of the song is about his reaction to the suicide of his friend from school, Suzanne Schneer, and the second part of the song is about his experiences with drug addiction and depression. The third song, there's a theme here, you know that, you know. The third song is based on his fame and fortune and his struggle with it, and also the failure of his band called The Flying Machine. A lovely woman called Carole King played piano on this track. So this artist called James Vernon Taylor, born in 1948, he's a 5-time Grammy Award winner. He sold more than 100 million records worldwide. That's pretty cool. And he was even married to Carly Simon from 1972 to 1983. They've got a couple of kids together. He's got 6 kids all together, so he's been a busy guy. But he's been married a few times, so you know. So this song is from his second album, Sweet Baby James, and it's called Fire and Rain.
Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. You just gotta see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is on end, and I won't make it any other way. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end.
you. So we can't talk about James Taylor and not talk about Carole King, you know. This next song that we're going to do of hers was a massive hit single in 1967 for Aretha Franklin, and it's also been recorded by Carole King herself. People like Mary J. Blige, Celine Dion, there's hundreds of people who have recorded this song, but it's such a great song. So it features on Tapestry, which was Carole King's second album in 1971. So Carole Joan King was born in 1942, so she's aged 75 now. She's an American composer, singer, songwriter. She's the most successful female singer-songwriter of the latter half of the 20th century. So she's written and co-written over 118 pop hits that are on the Billboard 100 between 1995 and 1955, and 1999. So that's a huge period of time. She also wrote 61 hits that charted in the UK, so that made her the most successful female songwriter in the UK singles chart between 1952 and 2005. She's a serious overachiever, but pretty awesome. So success as a performer didn't come for King herself until the late 1970s, and then she started singing all her own songs and accompanying herself on the piano on a series of albums and concerts. And so this song, you might have guessed what it's called already, is called Natural Woman.
Looking out on the morning rain, I used to feel so uninspired. And when I knew I had to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired. Now, before the day I met you, life was so unkind, but you're the key to my peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. When my soul was in a lost and found, oh, you came along to claim me. I didn't know just what was wrong with me till your kiss helped me name it. Now I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm living for, and if I make you happy, I don't need to do more. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Oh, baby, what you done to me. Oh, you make me feel so good inside. And I would rather be close to you. You know you make me feel so alive. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Oh, you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman.
Thank you. Okay, so it's time for a bit of John again. Is everyone ready for John?
Oh no.
So this artist is another John. This song that John's going to sing by the other John is from an album from 1973 called Solidaire. And a lot of the songs on, in fact, this album particularly was a tribute to Nick Drake, who we heard from earlier on, who was a close friend but was also on the same label. So he was born Ian David McGeechy, but he changed his name because, you know, it's not that catchy, really, is it? And he died in 2009. He was only aged 60, but he had a 40-year career and released over 21 studio albums. He started his career at the age of 17. So, but again, like all these amazing artists, he struggled with substance abuse and domestic problems. But he's from the Toon, he's from Glasgow. He went to Shawlands Academy in the Glasgow School of Art, so it's the wonderful John Martin, and this song's called May You Never.
May you never lay your head down without a hand to hold. May you never lay your bed out in the cold. Just like a good loving brother to me. Well, I know that I love you true, and you never talk a dirty behind my back, and I know that the Lord's that do. So please, won't you be mine? Lovers are listening with her in this life. Please, won't you be mine for me? May you never lay your head down without a hand to hold. May you never lay your bed out in the cold. It's like a woman, a sister of mine. Well, I know that I love you too, and you're holding on now behind my back, and I know that there's some that would. So please, won't you burn mine? Lovers are listening with her in this lifetime, please. Please, won't you be mine for me? May you never lose your temper if you get in a barroom fight. May you never lose your woman overnight. May you never lay your head down without a hand to hold. May you never lay your bed out in the cold. Just like a brother of mine. Well, I know that I love you too, and you never talk a dirty behind my back, and I know that there's some that do. So please, won't you bear mine? Lovers are listening, we'll learn this lifetime. Please, won't you bear mine for me? May you never lose your temper if you get in a barroom fight. May you never lose your woman overnight. May you never lose your woman overnight. May you never lose your woman overnight. Thank you. Cheers. All right. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, that was pretty good, John.
Cheers.
That'll be good, isn't he? I'm like his proud mo. So good. Oh, my boy's grown up.
Oh, my boy.
Anyway, so let's move on to a song by the wonderful Robert Allen Zimmerman. Bob. Aye, Bob Helen, that's right. So, of course, a very well-known American singer-songwriter, painter, writer. Sold over 120 million albums worldwide. So this song that we're going to do tonight was recorded and released in 1963 from his second studio album, The Freewheelin' Bob Dylan. He actually recorded the song with Johnny Cash as well for his 9th album, Nashville Skyline. But he wrote this song following his first trip to England in 1942. So there's a theory that this song is about 3 particular women. There's a bit of a debate of it. Of course there's 3. It's Bob Dylan, do you know what I mean? You know? So they think it could either be about his former girlfriend, Echo Hellstrom, or Bonnie Beecher, both of who he knew before he left New York for England, where he wrote this song. Or it could have been inspired by his then girlfriend, Suze Rotolo, who's the woman who's featured, you know, the famous picture, and we used it on the Roots of Music thing with the Bob Dylan and the women walking arm in arm down. It's Jones Street in New York City. It's just a couple of miles from their apartment. So that's her. So this has been covered by the Eels, Roseanne Cash, Sting, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Neil Young, and Counting Crows. So it's a song called "The Girl from the North Country."
So if you're traveling to the North Country Fair, where the winds hit heavy on the borderline, remember me to the one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. So if you go when the snowflakes storm, when the rivers freeze and the summer ends, please see she's wearing a coat so warm to keep her from the howling winds. Well, I'm wondering if she remembers me at all. And many times I've often prayed in the darkness of my night, in the brightness of my day. So if you're traveling to the North Country Fair, where the winds hit heavy on the borderline, remember me to the one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. She once was a true love of mine. A true love of mine.
Thank you. All right. Jackie, Andy's going to sing a song. So we're going to, we can't do a night like this without honouring the beautiful Neil Young. So Andy, you're going to tell us what this song's about, aren't you? You two swapping?
No, I've got one.
This may take some time.
Sorry, this is all my fault. We had everything final, everything was in the book. It was all looking good, and then I said today, we've not got any Neil Young songs in it, and I'm the biggest Neil Young fan ever. So this one is off probably his seminal album, Harvest, which is, I'd say, an album that changed my life, and I just love it with every fibre of my being. So I'm going to not say any more and just get on with it. So this one's called Out on the Weekend.
Think I'll pack it in and buy a pickup, take it down to LA, find a place to call my own and try to fix up, start a brand new day. The woman I'm thinking of, she loved me all up, but I'm so down today. She's so fine, she's in my mind. I hear her calling. See the lonely boy out on the weekend, trying to make it. Can't relate to joy, he tries to speak and can't begin to say. She got pictures on the wall, they make me look up from her big brass bed. Now I'm running down the road, just trying to stay up somewhere in her head. The woman I'm thinking of, she loved me all up, but I'm so down today. She's so fine, she's in my mind. I hear her calling. See the lonely boy out on the weekend, trying to make it. Joy, he tries to speak and can't begin to say.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, happy anniversary. 8 years together, they two. Yay! Okay, I'd missed this one off the set list, but it's...
Oh, sure.
All right, sorry. So this next song was written by Mary John Wilkin and Danny Dill in 1959. It was recorded by Lefty Frizzell. And the story of it is from the point of view of a man who's on death row, wrongly accused of murder. And then finally, he doesn't get away with it. He gets killed. It's not a spoiler, the song gives it away. But he refuses to provide an alibi because on the night of the murder, he's having an affair with his best friend's wife. And he would rather die and take the secret to the grave. That's it, you got it, Alistair? And then admit the truth. So the chorus describes the woman and her morning visits to the grave, wearing a long black veil, ending a wailing wind. So it was written, it was made famous really by the band in 1968, but it's also been duetted and sung by so many people. Johnny Cash duetted it with Joni Mitchell in 1969, and with Emmylou Harris. And Emmylou Harris sang it with the band as well. It's also been covered by Joan Baez. Who's she not covered? Jerry Garcia from the Grateful Dead, Roseanne Cash, Nazareth, and the Black Crowes. So the band are from Toronto, and they toured with Dylan in 65 and 66. And of course, they ended their career in 1976 with their elaborate live ballroom performance, immortalised in Martin Scorsese's documentary The Last Waltz. If you've never seen it, you have to see that film. It's amazing. Even just to see the band just being totally high, it's really funny. So this song's called Long Black Veil.
Ten years ago, on a cold dark night, someone was killed neath the town hall light. There were few at the scene, but they all did agree that the man who ran looked a lot like me. The judge said, son, what is your alibi? If you were somewhere else, then you won't have to die. I spoke not a word, though it meant my life. I had been in the arms of my best friend's wife. She walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave where the night winds wail. Nobody knows and nobody sees. Nobody knows but me. The sky folds high and eternity near. She stood in the crowd and shed not a tear. But sometimes at night, when the cold wind moans in a long black veil, she lies over my bones. She walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave where the night winds wail. Nobody knows and nobody sees. Nobody knows but me.
So this next singer died in 1993. She was only 53 years old. She was a Cherokee folk blues singer, guitarist, banjo player. And she was part of the 1960s Greenwich Village folk scene, along with the likes of, Bob Dylan and and the like. But she was associated particularly with Fred Neil and the Holy Modal Rounders, as well as Bob Dylan. But she was often compared to Billie Holiday just because of the kind of like bluesy voice she had. But she said she personally felt that Bessie Smith was more of an influence to her. So she was the first artist to sing this song, which was actually written by another folk artist who was also part of the Greenwich Village music scene, an American folk singer called Tim Hardin in 1965. And it's also been recorded by the Carpenters, Rod Stewart and Neil Young. It was a really big hit for Rod Stewart, actually. But Tim Hardin also wrote top 40 hit If I Were a Carpenter, you know that one, which was covered by Joan Baez and Bobby Darin, Johnny Cash. So this song's called Reason to Believe.
If I listen long enough to you, I'd find a way to believe that it's all true. Knowing that you lied straight-faced while I cried, still I look to find a reason to believe. If I gave you time to change your mind, I'd find a way to leave the past behind. Knowing that you lied straight-faced while I cried, still I look to find a reason to believe. Someone like you makes it hard to live without somebody else. Someone like you makes it easy to give everything of yourself. If I listen long enough to you, I'd find a way to believe that it's all true. Knowing that you lied straight-faced while I cried, still I look to find a reason to believe. Someone like you makes it hard to live without somebody else. Someone like you makes it easy to give everything of myself. If I listen long enough to you. Thank you.
Okay, we'll just do both. Yeah, do you want to do Let It Fly?
Up to you.
Okay, yeah, we'll do this one because it's quite short. So this song is written by an American singer-songwriter and musician who's known for her stripped-down folk genre, whatever that means. And her name is Patty Griffin. So this is a really nice song. It's been covered by loads of people, namely the Dixie Chicks were the ones that sort of made it a big song, but it's called Let 'Em Fly.
Sorry, I'm behind in schedule here.
That's all right. Don't worry, John.
Ain't no talking to this man, ain't no pretty other side, ain't no way to understand stupid words of pride. And it would take an acrobat, but I already tried all that. I'm gonna let him fly. Things can move at such a pace. The second hand just waves goodbye. You know the light has left his face, but you can't recall just when or why. So there's really nothing to it. I just went and cut right through it. I'm gonna let him fly. Hey, hey. There's no mercy in a life where no rest at all in freedom. Of all the choices we're given, there's no choice at all. The proof is in the fire. You touch it before it moves away. But you must always know how long to stay and when to go. And there ain't no talking to this man. He's been trying to tell me so. It took a while to understand the beauty of just letting go. 'Cause it would take an acrobat, and I've already tried all that. I'm gonna let him fly. Hey, hey. I'm gonna let him fly, fly, fly. I'm gonna let him fly, fly, fly. I'm gonna let him fly. So we always do a Janis Joplin song, don't we? We're so predictable. But we love this one because it really fits into the folk genre because it was written by Chris Christopherson. I mean, it's folk country, but I think it could be counted as a folk song. And it was originally performed by Roger Miller. This was a song that was released posthumously after Janis Joplin's death in 1971, and it topped... It was her first #1. Ugh, the irony. And it's only the second ever song to be released posthumously, the first one being Otis Redding Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. So this one's called Bobby McGee. Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train, and this feeling near as faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed a diesel down just before it rained, rode us all the way to New Orleans. I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana. I was playing soft while Bobby sang the blues. Windshield wipers slapping time, I was holding Bobby's hand in mine. We sang every song that driving you. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing don't mean nothing, honey, we ain't free. Oh, feeling good was easy light when you sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and my Bobby McGee. From the Kentucky coal mines to the California sun, yeah, Bobby shared the secrets of my soul. Through all kinds of weather, through everything we done, yeah, Bobby, baby, kept me from the goal. One day up near Salinas, Lord, I let him slip away. He's looking for that home, and I hope he finds it. But I'll trade all my tomorrows for just one more single yesterday, to be holding Bobby's body next to mine. Freedom's just another
Okay, so on your tables there are, along with the wee sheets of stuff that you've been writing down for us, there's a wee song sheet in there as well. Might be a bit dark, you might not see it. Might get your phone torches out there. So we thought we could do a wee sing-song on this next one. Oh, and let there be light. So this one was written in the late 1950s by Pete Seeger. And it's adapted from the English version of the first 8 verses of the 3rd chapter of the book of Ecclesiastes in the Bible. Hit for the Birds in 1965 and for Judy Collins in 1963. And it's called Turn, Turn, Turn. So shall we give it a wee go? We'll all sing it together. It'll be lovely. Just join in me, you know that. You don't have to do the whole thing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There is a season, turn, 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 and a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn. Wait, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time for every purpose under heaven. A time of love, a time of hate, a time of war, a time of peace, a time you may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. Last one. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time for love, a time for hate, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late. Okay, we're nearly done. That was awesome. Good sing-along, people. That was really cool. Does everyone feeling the love now? So our second last song tonight is a wonderful song that was written by Jackson Browne, and it was recorded by the Eagles. So it was the band's first single released in 1972, and it's listed as one of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's 500 songs that shaped rock and roll. So Jackson Browne recorded the song later himself on his second album, For Every Man, in 1973. And he was born in 1948. He's aged 68. He's an American singer, songwriter, a musician that sold over 18 million albums in the US. So he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Cleveland. I've been there. It's pretty cool, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Aye, it's awesome. In 2004. I'd like to go back one day. So this is called Take It Easy. You can sing along this one.
Well, I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. 4 that wanna own me, 2 that wanna snow me. 1 said she's a friend of mine. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Lighten up while you still can. Don't even try to understand. Just find a place to make your stand and take it easy.
Well, I'm standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona. It's such a fine sight to see. It's a gold, my lord, and a flatbed Ford slowing down and take a look at me. Come on, baby, don't say maybe. I gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me. We may lose and we may win, but we might never be here again. So open up and climb it in. Take it easy. Running down the road, trying to loosen my load. I'm gonna world of trouble on my mind. Looking for a lover who won't blow my cover. She's so hard to find. Take it easy, take it easy. I gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me. Come on, baby, don't say maybe. I gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me. Ooh, 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 ooh. We ought to take it easy. 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 Thanks.
Thank you so much. It's going to be a wee bit of movement. This is our last song. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been a really, really, really fun night and a lovely time for us learning all these songs and and choosing them. It was really hard because there's so many in the folk genre that you go, oh, that's a good song, that's a good song. So there was a lot tonight that didn't make the cut that we're a bit gutted about, but thank you so much for coming again and supporting this. It's so important that you support live music, and there's so much of it happening around Glasgow and Edinburgh, but thanks a million for coming. So we're going to finish with a sermon. Like it kind of sounds like that. And it sounds like we all actually genuinely have found God. But this was actually published as a Christian hymn in 1779. We found God and they both learned how to play the piano. Amazing. Amazing, which is what this song's called, Amazing Grace. So thank you again for tonight, and if you want to sing along to this last one, that would be great too. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.